Welcome to Home Equity Secrets. I'm Carl Christian, CEO of the Nice Agent Co. Join me as we reveal how to learn to earn through smart homeownership. Discover expert insights, practical advice, and inspiring stories on turning your home into a powerful financial asset. Whether you are a first-time home buyer or a seasoned investor, let's unlock your home's true potential together. Welcome to Home Equity Secrets. Welcome to Home Equity Secret, the podcast that uncovers the wealth building potential of homeownership. Hosted by me, Carl Christian, the CEO of the Nice Agent Company. We bring you expert insights, practical advice, and inspiring stories from those who've leveraged their home to achieve financial success. Those people could be your wholesaler, your realtor, your mortgage lender, your lawyer, title companies. They all going to bring you their advice. They all going to bring you their own ideas of what you should do with your home equity and how's the business of real estate, period. And today I have the honor to interview them, somebody that started with me. I could not wait to bring that person with you because I'm going to tell you, this person means so much to me in the world that she basically helped me track my career where it is today. So before I say anything else, I would like to introduce you to Aisha. Aisha is my friend. Aisha is family. So Aisha, I cannot say how happy I am to have you here. Aisha, please tell a little bit about you.
Good morning, Carl. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for that introduction. I feel humbled and honored. Thank you so much for having me on your podcast. My name is Aisha Moodie-Myrie. Before I tell you about myself, I'll tell you that I've known Carl for probably almost 20 years, pretty
My
much.
entire real estate career.
Exactly. We've known each other for our entire real estate career. I wouldn't say I ran into him by chance, but I ran into him doing something that I loved doing at the time. And I absolutely still love doing it today regarding real estate. So yeah, we have been through ups and downs in the
Oh, yeah.
industry, and we're still here. We're still standing to help to tell our stories, to motivate and inspire others as well. So we are both happy to be here with you today. A little bit.
Aisha, tell
Mhm.
me a little bit about your career. How did you start as a realtor and then now you're a wholesaler? I have to give a disclosure here. A disclaimer, actually, not a disclosure, a disclaimer. I don't like wholesalers, but I love Aisha. Okay. That you have to understand. She's the only one I trust in this business. She's the only one that I care to say, yes, I'm very happy that I know a wholesaler. But Aisha, tell people what a wholesaler is. What do you do? And how does it could play a role in them becoming super rich using the home equity?
Okay, so what real estate wholesalers do, essentially, we are deal finders. We find properties at discounted prices, and then we pass that along to our investors, meaning fix and flippers who are rehabbers, or people that is looking to buy and hold and to build their portfolio. So a lot of times when rehabbers are in the field or people are busy building their portfolio, they don't have the desire, the patience, or the energy to go out there and find properties that are really discounted price. So essentially, I am a deal finder, getting properties really, really discounted, marking them up for a little bit to make some profit, and then selling it to another type of investor the same day that we buy it or we assign the contract.
Now I'm gonna stay on the wholesaling side. What makes you so different than the other wholesaler? I'm not gonna say my experience because some people will be like, "No, this is crazy." But what makes you so different?
Well, I'm sorry if you had I'm sorry if you
I
had
have stories.
bad experiences with other wholesalers in the South Florida market. But I think what makes me different is my resourcefulness and, my willingness to help not only at one part of the process, but throughout the process. And, just to deal with people with integrity and trying to make things a win-win situation. So I think that's one of the things that make myself and my team different in the real estate industry in South Florida.
The word she used, the word of the day, integrity. Yes, that's the reason why I always go back to Aisha, because of integrity. If you want to know my bad stories about wholesaling, it involves just that one word, integrity. A lot of people don't have that. They always feel like they have to lie to you. They have to hide things from you when there's no need for it, because I already know you're making money. I already know you found me the deal. It's normal, but there's no reason to play hide and seek with me. And a lot of wholesalers, they feel like they have to do that for some reason, which I don't get. But with Aisha, I can guarantee you this is not the case. And this is the reason why I bought properties from Aisha. And I'm
Thank
going to
you.
be honest with you, always been a great experience.
Thank
Now,
you.
Aisha, we always have that one question, and I know we do it sometimes at the end, but with you being so versed into equity and you using properties to build wealth, I want to start right off the bat. And I know people always want to hear this. Imagine that you have a couple, they are in their late 20s, early 30s with toddlers. They're sitting on a home with $500,000 equity on it. What would be your advice to this couple?
Well, my first advice is to basically get as much information and education on the things that are available to you if you choose to do something with your equity, not just knowing real estate, but knowing other options as well. One thing that I
Nice.
can tell you is that real estate is, in my opinion, the safest vehicle to be able to offload a home equity line of credit if someone chooses to do so. If I was speaking to someone in their 20s, it's a little bit different than speaking to someone that's maybe in their 60s and 70s and 80s. So I'm happy that I'm happy that you provided like age parameters. I'll definitely have them leverage their home equity line of credit with real estate, because from that 500,000 that you mentioned, that
Yep.
can, if they have the right people around them, people like Carl and myself, we can teach them how to leverage that and then turn that into a lot of money, potentially millions of dollars, which is essentially what we do each day with fix and flippers and people that's just investing to buy and hold as well. We help them to build their portfolios. And that's something that, really fills my heart when I'm able to, my team and I are able to help to provide someone a property at a discounted price and have them do their thing, have them focus on their thing while I focus on my thing.
You see, this is what the Home Equity Secret podcast is about. If you have not started following us yet, please click follow, support us, because you're going to get expert advice on what to do with your home equity. The one thing that Aisha kept mentioning that I want everybody to understand, she kept saying, educate, teach, learn. Because at the end of the day, it is not about a house. It's not about money. It's about information. If you
Exactly.
don't have the right information, you will always make the wrong decisions.
Exactly.
Yesterday, Aisha, I learned something from someone. It was in Creole, but I'm going to try to translate it. When he
Okay.
said it, it actually hit me so hard. He said that if you don't commit yourself to prepare, you will commit yourself to repair. And
Yes.
when he said that, I'm like, whoa. He said, yes, if you don't spend your life preparing for things, you're going to spend the life repairing things. And I'm like, oh my God, he's so right. And this is exactly what Aisha is saying. Don't go and then pull your home equity because you heard your friend bought a house and then you're like, oh, let me go do it too. No, you have to
Exactly.
prepare, call the right people, ask them, what do I do? And it's not only calling your neighbor. You have licenses, people that they know they are licensed. That's what they do. Call them, ask them questions, and have 3, 4, 5 opinions and build a plan. If you cannot build a plan, do not start anything. I tell everybody the same thing. And today you have Aisha here that knows this market inside and out, 20 years. The same with me. It's not like we just woke up yesterday and we're like, oh, let me be a wholesaler. Let me be a broker. No, we've been there. We've seen 2005. We've seen 2008. We've seen 2020. you know?
Exactly.
And Aisha, I want to
Exactly.
say thank you, telling people that they have to learn before they make a decision because this is what we are here for. Before we go any
And
further,
learn from someone with experience.
yes,
That's the
yes.
key. Not only learning, but learning from someone with experience, someone who has been through several cycles of the real estate market. I know Carl and I know we look a little young, and it's just even weird saying that we've been at this game for almost 20 years. Carl, what
Yeah.
age did we start?
I
Real
started
estate
at
at about
22.
8. We
I
started
was
at 8, right?
22 years old. I remember I was helping one of my clients move, which I do not recommend any agents to do. And I tell my agents all the time, don't do it because my broker, which Aisha and I know, we had the best real estate
Yes.
broker
Yes,
ever,
we
you
did.
know, and I'm always going to say, I wouldn't be the man that I am today if I've never crossed path with Bradford Capuzzo. It's just like, you know,
Absolutely.
this is a father figure. This is my broker forever. And he did tell me, don't help people move. And I'm going to tell you what happened to that story. So I'm like, the lady's alone. I'm going to help her out. And I'm helping her move her dining table. And guess what? It slipped and broke.
Oh
And my
boy.
entire commission check just went along with it. And now I'm not happy. And then I'm going down to my car and I see a lady driving down the street and she was like, are you selling this car? And this house? And I'm like, no, we just close on it. Oh, okay. My name is Aisha. Well, if you don't have any properties, I'm like, oh, okay. So why don't you come to the office? And then here it is 20 years later.
I'm telling you. So Carl, I think the little joke that I was trying to make earlier went a little bit over because I must say we do look a
We
little
do look good.
young for our
We do.
age. Just so I was
Yeah, we
joking and
do.
saying a
We
lot of
do.
times people ask us if we started this game at
I
8 years
know.
old.
I know. It's true. People tell me, like, no, you haven't been in this business 20 years. I'm like, yes, I've been in this business 22 years, to be honest. Like, it's crazy.
Yes.
It's a whole career. We did a whole career and we should be proud of ourselves, to be honest. A lot of
Yes,
people
yes,
did not
yes.
survive it. A lot of people started this business. It's a very hard business. It
Very.
requires so much sacrifice, you know. And Aisha said something today that I admire. Helping people. It's at the end of the day, it's not about
Absolutely.
this. You're in trouble. And you can't survive this business. And that's what I want to tell everybody today. Like, be very careful of choosing this career. I'm a broker and I'm not going to tell I would love to have 10 million agents working with me. But the truth is, it's not for everybody. Wholesaling is not for everybody. You know, it takes a lot out of us. And I want everybody to know that before you make the decision. Buying properties and put them for rent, it's not for everybody. That's why Aisha told you in the beginning, you have to learn what works for you. Go learn first. There's other avenues. It doesn't have to be real estate. We believe in it because we learned so much about it. But I'm sure somebody else will tell you stocks, somebody else will tell you cars, somebody else will tell you paintings.
Exactly.
But you have to find what works for you. Aisha,
Absolutely. Finding your passion is very important because I
super.
can tell you it's not for the faint of heart, but it's also not rocket science. So if someone is interested in real estate and they put their minds to it, they could definitely do it.
Definitely, definitely. Aisha, best experience in wholesaling. The one of the best stories that you got that made you really say, I picked the right career.
That is a good one, Carl, because typically with not only wholesaling, but with real estate in general, it is very rare that we have a smooth transaction. But after the years with experience, we know how to navigate ups and downs. So sometimes while sellers may be getting overwhelmed, yeah, we may feel just a tad bit overwhelmed, but it's something that we're definitely accustomed to. I don't think I could think of like one easy deal. But if I would say my best experience with it is just meeting some amazing people along the
Yes.
way that, that's able to pour into me and that I'm also able to pour into them. I would say that's the best experience, not necessarily the transaction, but just the people and then the growth that you experience while navigating all these years of real estate and real estate investing. That I would say is the best wholesale story or the best experience.
Now, I love this idea because I was telling somebody the other day that can you believe over 90% of the people in my life today, they came from real estate. Like
Wow.
beside my immediate family members, like
Yes.
everybody I met, it's
Yes.
because of real estate. And the circle of friends, the circle of family that I have around me today, if you ask me if I'll pick another career, the answer is going to be no. I would love to go back and start all over again. Because with real estate, yes, you meet so many great people. Yeah, we
Yes.
do have some bad experience. Everybody
Oh,
does in any
yes.
career,
But we learn
but
from them. We
of
we
course,
we grow from them.
that, that's what it's supposed to be. Aisha, tell me a little bit about that book that's called Worthy. I know it's one of the books you talk a lot about.
So, Worthy by Jamie Kern Lima is an absolutely amazing book. What the book does, it really teaches you not to doubt yourself. It teaches you to believe in your self-worth. Just imagine what you would do if you really believe in you. I know a lot of people, they want to do certain things. They want to do real estate. They want to do, anything that their heart desire. They have goals and aspirations, but some people may say, okay, because of my age, because of my weight, because of my nationality, because of my past experiences. But what we need to realize, including myself, is that all of those situations is really what makes you. You are unique. Everybody is unique with unique experiences. So those situation makes you you. So don't let self-doubt doubt you out of your destiny. That's some of the main
Wow.
things the book focuses on. We all have self-doubt. I have it. I'm sure you have it. But the thing that we have to do is learn to work through that self-doubt, knowing that there's, something bigger and better. And if we stop the imposter syndrome, stop the self-doubt, stop saying, I can't do it or I am not enough, which is a lot of people what a lot of people may do. I do it, myself sometimes, but if we just learn to get over that, there's a whole new world of opportunity and of, people that you can impact that's just waiting out there for you. So we just have to tap into the greatness that's inside each and every one of us, despite whatever past experience you have. You have to realize that your past is not your future. Your past doesn't disqualify you from what's of the amazing things in life. A matter of fact, the past a lot of times qualifies us to be able to do certain things, to be able to impact certain people, to be able to walk in certain rooms. So we just have to tap into all of that. I definitely recommend that book, especially for women. When I listened to the Audible and I went back and got a few hard copies, and each time I get like more audibles and more hard copies, I'm just sharing them. So it's definitely a impactful book, and I'm definitely going to read it again.
That is an amazing book, it seems like, and I think I'm going to pick it up and start reading it.
I'll
One
send
thing
you an
that
Audible, Carl.
Thank you. One thing that I see from what you're saying that I enjoy is the fact that she's saying that your past should not stop you from getting where you want to be. One thing that I've done, because I've been there, everybody knows that when 2008 happened, a lot of bad things happened with it. A lot of my wealth went down the drain.
Mhm.
And you have to turn your mind into a problem solver. Everything in your life that considers a problem needs to have a solution. And sometimes instead of going to solution mode, we go into down mode. And when we go to down mode, we cannot find a solution. Just like Aisha says, if your weight is stopping you from doing something, solve it. If your height is stopping you from doing something, solve it. Anything that is becoming a problem should have a solution. And the solution sometimes is not to change that thing. So it's learning how to deal with it. It's a solution as well. And a lot of times we don't get it. We just like, oh, you know what? I'm 400 pounds, so I'll never be able to run a marathon. No, find a solution, because the goal is you want to run the marathon. So find a solution. I don't care what that solution is, find it. The same, you want to build wealth through real estate, and you feel like, oh, I'm 65 years old. What should I do? I don't know. Find a solution. The solution could be, hey, maybe I'm going to do it for my grandkids. Maybe I'll create a trust. Maybe I'll set up the trust and say, this is what I want if I pass. This is a lot of things have solution. We just don't have the mindset of going after them. And this is what I'm hearing from this book. You are worth it. You deserve it. From the minute you came to this earth breathing, you are destined to be the greatest self of you. Like I tell everybody this, you are destined to be great. It's just like, you believe in the Bible, go read it. It says you are destined to be great. Everybody deserves the greatest self. It's because what else in life? What else? I'm going to tell everybody, what else? Like, if you're just leaving life and you're just like, oh, okay, whatever. Like, no, it does not work that way.
We have to be intentional.
Exactly. Every morning you wake up. And this is what the other question I was going to ask. I know for Aisha, looking for deals is hard. You know, it is probably the hardest part of her job, to be honest, because finding a deal out there, there's a million house, but there's probably 1,000 of them that is qualified as a deal. Out of 1,000, probably there's 100 people that are willing to even talk to her. You know, from that 100, maybe 10 of them that's willing to meet with her. Out of the 10, maybe 2 will actually show up.
Exactly. And what you just said, Carl, is so important. And just not being aware of that process, I think when some people start with pursuing real estate, they get discouraged. It's a numbers game. You cannot take anything personal. If somebody is motivated to sell, chances are they would sell. If somebody is motivated to buy, they will buy. But along the process, another thing that this book really highlighted, which I'm like, that is so true. You have to fall in love with rejection. Fall in love with rejection. We hear more no's than we hear yes. But a lot of times people may get discouraged at the 10th no, at the 20th no, at the 30th no. But despite all of that, you just have to keep on moving forward and not get discouraged, because if you continue, that you are going to hear that one yes. And guess what? That one yes can change your life. So we just have to keep at it. Don't take rejection personal. I'm sure Carl, when he gets rejected in business, or we've just become so accustomed to it, it's not a big deal. So we just have to push forward through that.
Did you guys hear this? If you don't follow this podcast, you're going to be missing out. She said, fall in love with rejection. Do you know how hard that is for somebody to fall in love with rejection? But this is the key to success.
Absolutely.
I have a belief that I tell everybody. I am exactly where I need to be with who I need to be when I need to be. If somebody say no to me, it's because I am not supposed to be with that person at that moment with doing that thing. And the fact that I believe that, it's all good. Like today, a lady called me and says, Carl, I was trying to reach you and I know you're on vacation. So I ended up going with another agent, but now I'm not happy because this is what I'm getting. This is what I'm getting. This is what I'm getting. I would love to switch. And I told her, like, no, you're not going to switch. And she was like, why? I said, look, you found your house. You're supposed to close. You want me to review the documents for you? I will do that. And then I'm going to tell you if something is wrong, if not, but you're going to buy your house. Because the goal was not to use Carl. The goal was to buy a house. And this is what's important. Yes, you're right. I fell in love with the rejection because she didn't pick me. But the goal is to help her. It was not to go sell a house and make a commission. And the minute that somebody understand that, their life change. The same with using your home equity to buy a property to put for rent. It's not every day that the tenant is going to pay you on time.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. It's not every property you're going to make money. I buy property, I fix and flip. Some of them I lose. Do I stop? No, actually, while I'm losing, I'm buying the other one. That's the way it works because it's business. It is not,
Yes.
oh, every day I win. If it was like this, life would not make any sense. You have to learn to fall in love with the losses, with the, oh my God, I love this word. I just love that sentence. I do. You fall in love with rejection and losses because you're going to learn from them and then you're going to double up the next time. That's just all it is. Aisha, I just love this. Aisha, now I know your market is a little different, but I would love you to tell people if they want to reach out to you, if they want advice, or if they have a property that they are losing and they need help, or a property that is in bad condition, they need help. How can they reach you?
So you could connect with me on Instagram, and my IG handle is Aisha Flip and Inspire. AISHA FLIPANDINSPIRE.
Why that handle, like flip and inspire? Tell me.
Think that pretty much says what I do.
Wow.
We fix properties, and my passion is also inspiring people as well. So, that's what I do. I do it with a team. I'm not a one woman show. My father is a part of the business, mostly focusing on the rehab aspect, the fix and flipping. So he loves going to Home Depot a lot, going to Floor Decor a lot. That's his strength with over 40 something years in project management experience. That's what he loves to do. My husband is also a part, plays an instrumental role as well, and is also involved in the business. And he has to hear my crazy stories what I'm going through all the time with different transactions, and trying
I
to pull
love
my
it.
hair out. So he's always there to, just to encourage me and my family as well.
One last question, Aisha. I know that it has not been an easy road, just like for me. Why you never gave up?
Giving up was not an option. Giving
Tell
up
me.
was not an option. It's not an easy road, but if I were to, I think of my options. If I were to give up, go and work 9 to 5,
Yeah.
I've done that before. And I can tell you, I was not the happiest. I learned from it. And I realized that even though that's a viable option for most people, it's not a viable option for me. It's just not me. I like flexibility. I like working on my own terms. And I think we probably, a lot of people think, when people are self-employed, oh, they don't work as much. I think we work twice as hard.
Of course we do.
You
Of
know,
course
we,
we do.
we work twice as hard. But if I want to stay up until 3 o'clock in the morning working, then that's what I want to do. I just don't like to be
It's a choice.
restricted of going into an office every day and telling me I can take 1 year vacation, 1 week vacation or 2 weeks, even though that's probably what I end up taking each year anyway. But I just like flexibility.
You know, me, it was somebody always asked me, you still do real estate call? And my answer is always, what else?
Yes.
I don't have any other options. I don't have anything else. Yes, I do own a lot of businesses because I'm an entrepreneur, but you know what I do for a living? Real estate. I own a tax company, but I don't do taxes. I don't even know how to read a 1099 or 1040. I don't. That's not my forte. I do real estate. Every morning I wake up, it's whose problem I'm going to solve. That is my day.
And you said a key thing right there, Carl. When we focus on being a solution, when we focus on solving a problem, it's so much easier. It's
Yep.
not about the property, so to speak, but helping to solve a problem. And I can tell you, when you are resourceful
Yep.
and
Yeah.
tap into that resourcefulness, connecting people, your career is just going to take a different direction than a lot of people's that's in the same exact career as you. Resourcefulness is the key, and solving problems is the key. Being impactful as you are, Carl. I know you were speaking about my IG handle, but one of your passions as well is impacting people
That's
in a
it.
positive way, speaking life into people. I guess that's why we get along so well, because we have some of the same interests. So,
I have a lot of like mottos that I go by. I will work until you smile. Let's
yes.
help each other out. But my personal one that I tell myself that I don't tell people, I'm going to finally say it today. So please subscribe to the podcast for you to hear more. What it is this. If I cross path with you, I have to leave you with more than you came in
Yes.
with.
Ooh,
Okay. I do
yes,
that
love
all the
that.
time. And it doesn't matter. I have friends of mine that we no longer speak. I have business partners that we no longer speak, but I can guarantee you none of them will come on TV or on a podcast and say they came out with less than they came in. I will
So
give
true.
you as much as I can, and I will make sure when we part ways, you are 10 times better than you came in. It does not matter if I suffer through it. It does not matter if it hurts me. But as long as in my head you are better off, I'm a happy man.
Yes, Carlin, even though you may not have said that out prior to, but essentially that's how you run your entire real estate brokerage.
Yes, I do.
When you train us, that's exactly what you train us to do.
Thank you. That means a
That's
lot.
exactly what you train us to do, Carl, to go the extra mile. A lot of a lot of things that you said that you have done for clients, just going the extra mile.
Always.
You leave that in our minds as well, so that when situations come our way, we too, because we are a part of your firm, we want to go the extra mile.
That's it. That's it. It always pays off. Always does.
Yes, yes,
Oh.
absolutely.
Before we end, Aisha, do you have any last words that you want to share with the followers? Anything that you want to tell them?
Well, some of the things that I have a lot to say actually,
Of course, go ahead. I'm listening. I'm
but
all ears.
I'll try to keep it brief.
No, go ahead.
It's never too late to achieve your dreams, right? Colonel
Wow.
Sanders, he started KFC when he was 65 years old. Nelson Mandela became president of South Africa at 75. Viola Davis, the African American actress, she got her first big break in her 40s. Adolf Dassler, who is the founder of Adidas, he started when he was 49 years old. So always remember that whether you're 80, you're in your 40s or 20s, it's never too late. You just have to take that first step. The other
Always.
thing is progress over perfection. Man, oh man.
That is a good one. That is a good. It's that one resonate with me a lot because I wouldn't be where I'm at today if I focus on having it perfect. I'm gonna be one and honest. My firm is not perfect, but I can tell you, every year, me and my best friend we sit down and we say, how much did we grow? It does not have to be financial. It's like, how much did we grow all the time? Then
Yes.
we're sitting on the golf course and then we're like, bro, okay, what happened in the businesses? What happened in our career? What happened in our family? What happened? Like, how much did we grow from last year? So it's all about small increment of progress. And then if you focus on that, your life changed over 10 years. You realize that, oh my God, look how far I came.
Exactly,
So yeah,
exactly. Another one is embrace setbacks. That will happen. Carl and I know that all too well. But we just have to embrace that. Just know it's a part of the process. We just have to learn from them, so that the next time we can see it coming. We always have to try to better offset ourselves. Focus on what you can control is another thing. Some things are just beyond our control. Sometimes during, real estate transaction, things go wrong. Like sometimes buyers may go and buy furniture and a car 2 weeks before
Tell
closing,
me about that.
and that may kill the deal. We
Yep.
can't control that. So, just focus on what you can control. Celebrate small wins. I am so guilty of not doing this a lot of times because a lot of times I'm on overdrive, but it's so important that we celebrate small wins and just tell ourselves, oh my gosh, look what I have accomplished. Celebrate that, whatever that looks like for you, whether it be going to dinner, going to the beach, taking a vacation, spending time with friend and family. Celebrate the small wins.
I'm going to tell you something about this. My favorite drink is champagne, for everybody that knows. Okay. So till today, 22 years later, every time I get a new listing, I go buy myself a bottle of champagne.
Oh,
Every time
wow.
I'm
That's a lot
closing,
of champagnes, Carl.
there's over 2,600 of them, over 2,000. So, and I go buy myself a bottle of champagne, but people would be like, but Carl, you can drink champagne any day, all day. Yeah, I have a collection of champagne, to be honest. I
He
don't
does.
open the collection. I don't open my collection. I actually go stop and I buy. And it doesn't have to be expensive bottle. I'll buy a $15 bottle. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's just, I kept the habit that when I do something great in my life, I celebrate for me. It's just like, it's me celebrating me. I keep that. I started it like 20 years ago and it's still going on. Yesterday, I closed a deal. And guess what I did on my way home? I stopped by CVS because I didn't want to go to a store and I bought a bottle of champagne and I went home. And it's just like it stayed with me. And I'm going to tell you, yes, you have to celebrate. When I'm coaching my students, I tell them the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Very first sentence before we start the coaching session. What do we have to celebrate? Tell me about the wins. And I keep that in their head that every time they're going to see me, they have to think about good things that happen. And if you do that, your mind shift.
Absolutely.
Now you're going to keep focusing on happy moments more than you're focusing on the bad ones, and your life change.
Yes. Another thing is be kind to yourself and give yourself grace when you stumble.
Yeah.
Because you will stumble, but don't be hard on yourself. Know that this is just one event, one situation, and this too shall pass.
Definitely. With that note, thank you so much, everybody, for watching Home Equity Secrets. If you are listening, I can tell you, I'm so happy you choose to listen to us. So I am asking you, please subscribe because we have a lot more. Today, this episode is one for you to go. We listen to, we watch, because I'm going to tell you, Aisha gave us a lot of insights. Thank you so much, Aisha, for having us. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you again,
Carl. And if you one final quote, my favorite quote of all time, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving.
That's it. Keep moving forward. You heard her. Do what you need to do. Keep growing. I'll see you guys next time.
Thank you so much, Carl, for having me.
Definitely. Thank you for tuning into Home Equity Secrets. I'm Carl Christian, and I hope you found today's episode insightful and inspiring. Remember, you can learn to earn how to set up your real estate portfolio to achieve financial freedom. I dedicate my life to helping homeowners like you unlock the potential of their homes in South Florida. Hit me up if you're in the area and let's chat. Please subscribe, rate, and leave a review. For more tips and updates, follow us on social media and visit our website. Thank you for listening.